Okay guys, I'm going to go over the homework for tonight, but there were a couple of classes that we were not able to finish notes. So my first academic class, you guys got the most notes in, but the other classes I'm going to go ahead and finish. So if you're coming to this video and you're only looking for the homework, then you'll want to fast forward a little bit when you see me turn to page 122. But right now I'm going to go ahead and finish page 121. And again, as a quick refresher, it's about checking solutions of systems. And all of this just means that, okay, when you're given a system of equations and a possible solution, all right, you need to test that. So put the x in wherever you see an x and put a y in wherever you see the y and see if they come out to be true. All right, so as you guys, we all classes were able to do this part. We put the x in, we put the y in. We did the math to see if the left side equals the right side, and if this left side equals the right side. And if they're both yes, then 6 comma negative 6 is a solution. So here's number 2. So those of you that were not able to do this with me in class, I would strongly advise you to follow along with me as I write these notes. And obviously the best thing, you can, pause the video and, write down what you need to and copy down what you see on the screen and then keep on going, okay? Review, rewind as much as you need. So here is 8x, okay, equals negative y minus 6. Then we have negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 5, okay? And then we want to know if negative 1 comma negative 8 is a solution. So this is your x and this is your y we're going to plug in. So I have my calculator with me, right? So you can use your calculator to help you. So we're going to write it in. We're going to plug in the x and the y. So you have an 8 and then the x is being multiplied. We're going to put a negative 1. Equals, and then we've got a negative, so I write the negative, and instead of the y, I'm putting this y, so negative 8. Then finish out the rest of it, minus 6. All right? So if I want to see what's on the left side of the equation, I've got an 8 times a negative 1. I'm going to multiply that, so I do 8 times negative 1. That's a negative 8. So negative 8. And there's nothing more to do on that side, so we're done. Over here, we got a negative, there's invisible negative 1 there, so that becomes a positive 8. So you take the positive 8 and you subtract 6. 8 minus 6, and that's a 2. Wait, is that right? I'm just double checking because I'm like, isn't this supposed to be equal? Oh, okay. Can you guys go back and make this a 16? Okay, I apologize for that. So then this is supposed to be a 16 as well. All right, that's the only thing. I was just missing the 1 here. So if you put that in, then what you get here is not 8 minus 6, but 8 minus 16. I apologize about that. So you get a negative 8. Okay, and so you see that the left side, this box side, is equal to negative 8, and so is this side. They're equal to negative 8. And these are equal to each other. So when this side is the same as this side, you get it's a solution to that equation. So we've got a yes here. But that's not enough. We need to check the other equation. So the other equation, we have a negative 3 times a negative 1 plus 2 times a negative 8 equals a negative 5. So let's see what that comes out to be. So we got to, on this side of the equation, we got all this. So we got to do negative 3 times negative 1, all right, and then 2 times negative 8. So negative 3 times negative 1, negative 3 times negative 1, oops, negative 3 times, negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. What's 2 times negative 8? 2 times negative 8 equals negative 16. So now do 3 minus 16. 3 minus 16 equals negative 13. So we got a negative 13 on this side. And then on this side, we have a negative 5. These are not equal, guys. Negative 13 is not equal to negative 15. So because one of these is not correct, one of these is not a solution. Oops. My brain. I am so sorry. Because one of these says no, then the answer is no. The whole thing is, it's not a solution to the system. So the answer is no. They both have to be yes if we want to circle yes. So here's our conclusion. Negative 1 comma negative 8 is not a solution to this system. Now, some students are like, does that mean that has no solution? No, it means that this isn't the solution. This is the wrong solution. It's something else. And if it's something else and it's a no solution, that's fine. But in this case, it's just that -1 comma -8 is not the solution. So that would end the notes. Now, I apologize if you need to go back and rewind and be like, okay, Ms. Hong meant to put a 1 here and all that. Just, you can go back and see where I made the error, but everything's corrected now. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you go back and rewind the video to listen to it again, it's okay. All right, just you'll know that this was supposed to be a 16. Okay. All right. So now let's go into the homework. So the homework. We're doing the same thing. So this time we have, this is our x and this is our y. We want to know if this is going to be a solution or not. So we rewrite it. So we got a -2 times a -1 minus 9 times a 3. Does that equal -25? So let's do all this work here. Multiply and then multiply. -2 times a -1. -2 times a -1 is a +2. All right, so we got 2. And then -9 times 3. -9 times 3 is a -27, so -27. Does that equal -25? Let's see. 2 minus 27. 2 minus 27. Let's try again. 2 minus 27. That's a -25, so these equal. This is a -25 equals a -25. If you want to go one step further to write that, feel free. These are equal. So far we got a yes. Okay, because these are equal, but let's see if it works for the next one. So -4 times x equals 9 times 3 minus 23. So let's see what it comes out to be. This one is a -4 times a -1, so if you do the math, it should be a +4. And then that's it for that side, equals. Then we got to do 9 times 3, that's 27. 27 minus 23. So 27 minus 23 equals 4. Hey, they equal. So this is yes, because 4 is equal to 4. Since they're both yes, okay, you can say this is yes. And then you can write -1 comma 3 is a solution. In fact, I'll say is the solution. No, sorry. Is a solution to this system. Okay, so that's it. That's all you had to do. Okay, so let's recap. All you did was you took the x and y, you plugged them in wherever you saw x and y, you look to see if one side is equal to the other side, all right, and then that's going to be your answer. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish this one here. All right, so we've got this equation. So this is your x and this is your y. Let's put the -8 in for y. Then we got a -8 times the x, which is a -1, minus 16. All right, so let's see what that comes out to be. This side's already a -8. And again, you can rewind and pause and as much as you need. Now this one is going to be a +8 because -1 times -1 is 8. 8 minus 16 is -8. So this one checks out. Okay, guys, try your best to just stay along with me. This y is a -8 minus 3 times the -1 equals -6. All right, so this part is a +3. I apologize, but guys, I'm going to have to finish this, continue. -3 times -1 is a +3. So -8 plus 3, that's a -5. Equals -6, that's a no. So my answer would be try to ignore Mr. Neville. Just this is what this is. Because of this no, -1 comma -8 is not a solution to this system. All right. Sorry for that at the end. I was just trying to squeeze this in because our meeting ran long. And if you have questions, just ask it in class. But please do come in with this done. Okay. This is the end of the video.